And welcome back to the channel. For those of you who checked out the previous video, thank you so much for your participation. If you have not, I left that video on the in the link in the description below so you guys can catch up and see what I've been rambling about for the past God knows how many minutes. In the previous video, I said I was going to talk about Comic-Con that I went to in my hometown of Colorado, and yeah, basically that's where I left off. I talked about the gaming section, the gaming store. I went inside Comic-Con, but I never talked about Comic-Con itself as a whole. Now, for me, it has been officially the third time I went to Comic-Con for the last 3 years. But of course, money and transportation issues, I only was available to go to here in the Springs. Now, of course, obviously, it's not the biggest for all the die-hard Comic-Con fans out there. If you want to go to the bigger cons, Colorado's probably not your place you want to be. But of course, I always wanted to go because one, it's Comic-Con and that's the best I can do. And two, my favorite celebrities were there. And they got a pretty good selection for the last 3 years. But this year was definitely one of the most highlighted cons, and I'll explain in detail in a minute. But I already told about the gaming store, but I haven't told you what exactly I've done in Comic-Con that made it so special. Now, every year with Comic-Con, I pretty much do the exact same thing. I just go to see the artist venue, the authors, local artists around the Springs, which I always find so unique that there's always some form of entrepreneur or artist here in the Springs that versus pretty much everywhere else around the world. And after we got through that, it was the Comic-Con I went to, the Comic-Con in my in the mall, in the Chapel Hills Mall. It was separated by 2-3-ish levels. It wasn't like last year when it was around 2 buildings, so you actually had a choice of which way you want to go. But it was basically 2 levels. You had the cosplayers, the artists and venues in the first floor, and then you had the celebrities in the second floor. Now, I usually just go to the artists and cosplayers first, and then I'll go see the celebrities afterwards. If I can even shoot straight, that would be great. Man, I thought I'd shoot that pipe. I was going to be screwed if I did. I went to the... And yes, I'm already aware that is chapter 3, but I'm just going to keep recording because that's pretty short. But, so I made this video an exception. Anyway, the first floor was over with. I met my favorite authors and even new authors who fascinated me with the novels that I said I would take a look into. Because let's be honest, we all need to read more books in this time, in this general time. I think everyone should at least pick up a book once or twice. Anyway, the second floor was the cosplayers, of course. Now, I had posted all my Comic-Con photos on my Instagram and even my Facebook, I believe. I don't know if I either did that or only showed it to my closest friends. But I know I posted it on my Instagram, so if you are curious, my link is in that description below. You can check it for yourselves. But the cosplayers are definitely the most nerve-wrecking people to meet, honestly. Just because of the fact that it could get absolutely nerve-wracking. I mean, let's be honest, they're really talented people, and me, who doesn't generally just jump up and meet people right on the spot. I kind of like staying quiet until I know it's my time to talk and get to know and show them who I am. Basically, I'm more the quiet type. So going up there and just throwing myself out there was not my specialty, but I guess I got comfortable because, well, it's Comic-Con and I'm in an area that I'm either, well, familiar with or just around the people who just has the same interest in me, so that makes it more comfortable for me. Again, I met the cosplayers. They were absolutely wonderful people. I'm still saddened that there's one cosplayer that I really wanted to meet. I didn't get a chance to meet her or take a photo with her because apparently the venue there asked her to host it at the very last minute, so she pretty much had to leave, and by the time I wanted to go see her again, it was already over and everyone already departed. Now, celebrities, the key celebrities I wanted to meet were, there were 4 voice actors. 4 voice actors from the anime My Hero Academia were there. So those were the absolute must meet for me. And as well as one particular actress who I will save last because that is the highlight of Comic-Con. After I got through meeting the voice actors and all the various other actors around that venue, who are very nice people and really awesome to talk to. It really means a lot when they actually take the time to actually speak to you, than versus just saying hello and thank you and then just move on to the next guy. Which I was very disappointed. There were two WWE celebrities there that were in the Comic-Con event. But I didn't really get a chance to... Well, technically I did meet them, but it wasn't the way that I kind of hoped for. Just because of one, it's like it was extremely short and very vague. I didn't know what to say, and it was like I guess I really didn't prepare myself to the way I should have, and honestly the meeting was not very pleasantable, but at least my brothers had a good time. They wanted to meet them more than anyone else, so as long as they had a great time, that's fine by me. But the highlight of the Comic-Con is an actress by the name of Emma Dumont. If you don't know who she is, you probably haven't seen Marvel's The Gifted. It was on Hulu, but for some reason Hulu took it down. It was running on 2 seasons before I think Fox canceled it. I forgot the newsletter, but unfortunately it was canceled on the 2nd season, and we never had a 3rd season. But anyway, that was technically the first celebrity who I met, but I wanted to save that story for last because what led to the point of meeting her was an absolute blast and an honor. So I finally approached in line, and I'm waiting for my turn because there was one of the venues that was speaking to her. So of course I just needed to sit back and wait, and because I didn't want to interrupt, I didn't want to be rude, so I just stood back and wait. And I just and it was definitely worth that wait, because as soon as they were finished talking, the man left, and I finally approached her, and I basically did the normal, hello, my name is Levon, I know you from this particular show or this particular movie, video game, etc. And speaking of The Gifted, that was the show that me and my mother would watch through ever since it first came out, and we basically stuck it around to the end. And my mother couldn't come with me at Comic-Con because she was out of state. She was out of state for the weekend, so it was just me and my brothers. So by the time I was speaking to Emma, I told her the usual. My name is Levon. I know you from The Gifted. Very talented. I love the show as a whole. I hated that they canceled it. It still hurts me to this day because I really think they could have done a 3rd season, because the story was really great, and the story was great. The characters were great to get to know of. I just really wish they did more. So I told her, me and my mother watched the show together. Unfortunately, she cannot come with me because she's out of town, out of state. And I decided to, where was I supposed to? Okay, excuse me, I got a little sidetracked. After we finished talking, I was about to move on to the next celebrity. She asked about my mother, and I told her once again, she's out of town for the weekend, so she can't come with me. She can't come with me, but if she were to be here, she would definitely remember you because we watched the show. She know you because we watched the show together. And then she asked me how she spell her name, so I told her Kathy with a C. She got one of her photos from the TV show, and I'm still dumbfounded by how extremely nice she was, how extremely wonderful she was to talk to, and the fact that she signed and wrote an autographed photo from her one of her photographed prints from the show and dedicated to my mother. And that just still blows my mind, because I really did not expect that. Obviously no one had to do that. That was obviously from I don't know how to explain it, but nobody has to do things for you. That was obviously a choice that she decided to make, and it was a wonderful and very generous thought. So when my mother came home, I told her everything, and I gave her the print that, hey, this is dedicated to you. Emma wrote this for you, essentially, and that's my gift to you, so you can come home. When you come home, I actually do have a gift for you, and it still boggles my mind until this day. Other than that, I also told you about the gaming store I went to, and why I bought the PlayStation Vita again, and how it was definitely worth the $110. But meeting the celebrities was obviously the best part of Comic-Con, especially meeting Emma herself. Once again, if you want to see the photos for yourself, I posted on my Instagram, and that Instagram will be on the link of the description below. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much the highlight of the month of August. Other than that, it was pretty decent. Like, it was any other day, but of course I was looking forward to Comic-Con more than anything. And I just realized we played through 2.5 chapters, 2 chapters. So as always, I'm gonna cut it off at this video. Thank you so much for your participation. If you like it, do whatever you like. As long as you enjoy my videos, I'm fine with that. My social links will be in the link of the description below. The videos from the previous video will be in the link of the description below. And as of right now, I'm actually going to take a break on Max Payne. We're going to be back with it eventually, but I actually want to play a different game with you guys. It's still going to be the same concept. I have a story to tell you guys, or just me rambling through whatever's been going on or whatever's in my mind that I want to share with you guys. But it's going to be a different game. We'll be back with Max Payne, but I think I have something at least, if not special, then decent to you. My name is Levon, and I'll catch you guys later.